Hey, this is Kristen Shaw, and I'd like you to meet the new 2025 Genesis GV80 SUV. This is Genesis' newest gas-powered SUV, and it comes with two possible engines. There's an inline 4 or a V6, depending on how much power you want, 300 horsepower, 375 horsepower, respectively. Let's take a look at some of the new features. Here we've got these new headlamps that look really cool. They have something called a micro lens array that's supposed to make it even better and brighter for you to see the road. The badging here, this is all metal, and it's more flush than it was before. We're here in Texas, so I'm not going to touch it because it's super hot, but it's a little more flush with the hood. Beautiful lines in the design, and this double line grille here is very distinctively Genesis. Let's take a look around the side. This color here is Store Green. There's 8 colors available, 2 new wheel designs, and you'll see this wheel design here has these double stripes here that looks really fancy. Soft touch opening. Sounds good when you close it. Same for the back door. And I'll show you the interior in a minute because it's really gorgeous. Around here in the back, you'll see you can open up the lift gate with this button right here. All GV80s are 4-wheel drive. You can see that on the badging here. Automatic lift gate. We've got some netting available back here. And these seats can be lowered with a quick push of the button. The button's just on one side. So that makes it really easy to change your configuration in case you need a flat floor to transport stuff and not just people. Let's take a look at the inside. Okay. Genesis is known for its beautiful interiors. They do a spectacular job across the board. This steering wheel is new for 2025, and as you can see, it's really nicely laid out. Here's your paddle shifters here. Volume control is a roll knob here. This allows you to go back and forth. Your favorite stations, which is really handy. Then your cruise control settings are right here. Everything I like, I like that it's very easy to find everything, right? The only thing that's on the left side of the steering wheel is the liftgate opener. And I appreciate that. I'd rather everything be right here in the center. So if you come down here, we have a knob here. This controls the infotainment system. It can also zoom in and out for your navigation. And then down here is the gear shifter. Beautiful crystal. I mean, it just looks really elegant and sophisticated. Back here is your drive mode knob, and it's got this really nice diamond texturing around the outside. I appreciate that it has an auto start stop button. I can turn that off if I want to. It even has a center differential lock. Not that you'd really want to take this car off-roading, but you can take it on some light off-roading. Nicely sized cup holders here, and then here is a compartment where my phone's living, and then we've got 2 USB-C charging ports and a 12-volt. But one thing I should tell you about this material is that this is called basalt. It's made of rock, natural materials that they take a pile of rocks, melt it down, and turn it into a very thin thread. And then they weave it with PET plastic recycled to make this really cool effect. You should definitely take a look at the key fob. It matches the quilted beauty of these seats. And speaking of the seats, it's got this feature here on the passenger side. In Korea, a lot of people are driven, and so, like a chauffeur type situation. So you can use this button to move the seat all the way up so that your passenger in the back has lots of legroom. You could even move this one up pretty far. This 27-inch OLED display here is all new. You can see it stretches from the driver information display all the way across to, around the center. And it's just nicely situated. It doesn't get in your way at all. And you still have a 12-inch head-up display right in the front. Let's talk a little bit about the audio system because that's new. This particular trim, top of the line, it has an 18-speaker Bang & Olufsen audio system, which is used in other luxury brands as well. If I want to change the settings, I want to go to Setup, and sound. And then it allows me to go to Bassonic, which gives me a ton of options depending on how I want it to sound. If I want it to be high treble, so you can see here it says bass, treble, that tells you, I want it to be here, more treble. Here I want it center, more midtones. Or I can push it here and it'll go right back to the center. But it allows you to decide exactly what sound experience you want to have. This car is made for long road trips, and it's perfect for a small family. You can get the GV80 with a third row in one of the trims, but as a 2-row, there's lots of space, just tons of luxury, starting at around $58,000 and ranging up to almost $80,000. There is a GV80 for just about everybody. And at this level of luxury, it's a pretty good deal.